Welcome back. We now cross over to our international correspondent, David Kibuuka, who's still in Kiev, Ukraine. Dave, what's happening there?
The pro-American government is now in power here in Ukraine, but they need to make sure that the entire team is good, because you can't just have a good leader. Because if the pro-American team has weak members, the Russians will just take over Ukraine.
Dave, you're assuming that all of us want Americans to win this one.
Well, I do. And it's vital that the pro-Americans have a good team. Like, look at Jacob Zuma. Many people say that he's a terrible leader, but I just think that his team is terrible. Like with the whole thing of the 11 billion and 5 million. That wasn't his fault. It was the fault of his speechwriters, Lloyd.
Why is that?
Because the speechwriters should have known to write out that huge number in actual words. Because the president must have once bought Nando's for his team, and when he saw the bill was 295 rand, the president said, it's 29 and 5. Or when asked how many kids he has, he says, about 3 and 0. His weak speechwriters didn't take note of this, so the president ended up looking like a stupid.
Dave, that's a very interesting point.
So you can have a great leader, but if one team member is weak, they can end up making the whole team look weak. Like, look at Bafana against Brazil.
Dave, don't even go there, man.
All I'm saying is instead of showing the Bafana game, they should have just shown a picture of Table Mountain for 90 minutes. Because that way, at least South Africa would have looked good, Lloyd.
Okay, Dave, what else is happening in the world?
Well, the eyes of the world are all on the Oscar Pistorius trial. So let's just hope that there's a generator in that courtroom. Because if the power goes out, South Africans will all look like morons.
My thoughts, exactly.
The government need to put out a tender to find someone who can make better excuses for them. I mean, how do you expect us to believe that there's load shedding because the coal is wet? Wet coal!
Dave, but it could be true.
The next thing the government will tell us that the reason that SAA is in financial trouble is because there's too much wind in the sky. Or after poor matric results, the education minister will say, our children are failing because there are too many letters in the alphabet. This alphabet is killing our kids.
Dave, that doesn't even make sense.
Thank you, Lord.
David Kibuuka, ladies and gentlemen, in Kiev, Ukraine, having a good time there because he's still there. Let's hope next week he's somewhere else.
News that moves. ENCA.com.